Okay, I'm going to try to go through a little training session, or a developing session is a better word, with Gracie, to show you what we're talking about when we're talking about the squeeze task, the positions, the way to hold the tools, and so forth. There's two things you have to have in place before you can do this task. One is a proper hindquarter disengagement, and I want to show you what that is. I'm going to go in here and I'm going to pet her on her shoulder. Right in here. This is going to become a sweet spot. When I step out and look at that hind end, I'm going to also let my arm grow and hold her eye up. And as I do that and look at her hip, I'm going to put pressure on that hip with from my core, and I'm going to expect that hip to move away. I want her to hunt me with her face, and I want that hip to move away from me. All right, so I'm going to step out. That's the draw. Pressure there on the hip. The hip should go. It didn't go. I'm going to suggest. Okay, now there goes the hip. I'm going to keep coming, keep coming, keep coming, keep coming, keep coming, keep coming, right there. And I'm going to let her stop. Now you see her front feet were fading away from me a little bit, and that's okay. But if I want to stop that, I'll show you how I can stop that. But most of the time they're crashing you, so I want you to make sure that you understand that those front feet moving away a little bit is almost a good thing. She didn't have much action on the hind end as much as I would like, so I'm going to remind you of the proper order of things. The first thing is going to be a draw. The second thing is going to be a drive. And the third thing is going to be a take if necessary. So if I want her front end coming in a little closer to me, this is the way I'm going to handle that. I'm going to step out here. That's the draw. This is the drive. I'm going to ask for a little bit more there. And then if her front end doesn't come in enough, I'm going to take her in right here and pet her right here. Okay, I'm going to step out. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. The front end is doing exactly what it's supposed to do now. I'm going to pet this. She's hunting me. She's knocking. That's what we call knocking. She's curling around looking at me with her nose. Her body is in a very respectful position. The shoulder and the ribs are falling away from me. They're giving. They're not stiff. The feet are not stuck. Okay, I'm going to show you this on the other side because sometimes she gets stuck over there. Tool management. I'm going to hold the end of my lead in the hand with my stick so you keep it out of the dirt. I'm going to hold my lead about a stick's distance from the halter. We'll get in here and I'm going to pet the shoulder. Okay, I'm going to step out, draw, drive the hip. The hip's got to go. See the front end sticking a little bit right there? Now it's going. Now it's going. Now it's going. My toes are pointing right at that hind end. And I'm going to let her stop. That was pretty good. That was pretty good for her. She usually gets a little bit stickier on that side. All right, the second thing that you have to have in place is moving the shoulders. And to move the shoulders properly, I'm going to get in the position that I would be in the squeeze task to move the shoulders, which means I'm going to get over here and I'm going to be even with her shoulder. And I'm going to get further out here and I'm going to hold her up. She thinks, again, course 4 problem. All right, so I'm just going to ignore it. Just stay there. Okay, good. Now, I'm going to get out here where I would be almost at the drive line. I'd be almost at the drive line when I'm ready for those shoulders to come through. So from this position, I'm going to move her back out there. And from this position, I'm going to point where I want the front end to go, use the stick for support, and bring the front end through. All right, now, I got that a 90-degree angle. If I was wanting to go all the way with it to where I would send her, just like in the squeeze task, I'd get over here, again, pretty much even, no, with the drive line. That's a horse that's really trying to please. But we got to, pleasing too much. Stay. Sit, roll over. Okay, here we go. All right, so if I'm here and I want those shoulders, I'm going to point where I want the shoulders to go, bring the stick up for support, send that shoulder on over, keep that eye out, and I'm right here in a position where I could send her on ahead of me. Okay, now, again, when I go to stop her, I'm going to be in that position too. But I'm already back by here by the hip. But watch how this works. I'm back here by the hip, but when I change my tools, when I go to look at the hind end, stop right there. Good. Okay. When I go to look at the hind end and the hind end starts to go away from me, it pulls me further forward because she's leaving me. If I let her pull me too far forward, it's going to create a problem when I go to bring the front end through. So I've got to stay in position here as I ask that hind end to leave. And if I want it to leave and her face me, I can do this and let her face me. If I want her to continue on, which we'll do in just a minute, I can do it that way. So, let me show you some of the things that happen in the squeeze task. One of the things I see is the not walking the correct line. So let me address that, and I'll also address at the same time the shoulders, because that seems to be one of the biggest difficulties. So I'm just going to go through this a little bit with her. I don't know if I can stop her exactly at the moments that I need to, but we'll see how this goes. I'm just going to go ahead and get her started right here, as a matter of fact. I'm going to point where I want the front end to go. Move the shoulders over. Get the front end all the way over there, and now I'm in a position to go. All right, so here I come around. Change my tools. Okay, I'm going to look at the hind end. It's got to move. Now, right here, stop. Good girl. Good girl, right there. Right here, if I don't hold that shoulder up, she's going to swing through too quick, and she's going to be too close to me. So right now, I'm going to bring my intention, I'm going to change my intention from the hind end to the front end, and I'm going to move the front end over a little bit. I'm going to have to get in here a little bit more. Okay. Now, I'm going to go to the hind end again, but I'm going to hold that front end up. See how she's crowding me? Now I can push her out. All right. Now, when I get her out like that, now I have plenty of room to let the front end through right here, and now we can go around this way. All right, so I'm going to go back that way. I hope this is helping somebody, because it's sure helping me. I'm going to change my tools. She anticipated that, so I'm going to make another round. I'm going to go forward. Get my shoulders square. I'm going the same direction she's going. All right, so I'm going to make another little circle right here. I'm too close to her. I'm going to move her further out. I should be able to barely touch her with my stick, hardly be able to get to that hind end. Okay, so right here, let's go. I'm going to come around that way and do it again. I need to get a little bit more momentum going with her. Okay, watch my shoulders. My shoulders are going straight ahead. All right, I've just switched my tools. All right, when I turn here, my shoulders draw, and I go to that hind. Now, she crowded me a little bit, so I can do this. I can just push her further out, like in a leg yield situation. Go that hind end again. Hold that front end up. Had to hold it up again. Hind end again. Now, hind end's not leaving. All right, right there. Very nice. Bring her through here, 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 and go forward right here. Okay, I think you can see from that, I'm probably going to add a little more onto this tape, but you can see from that the basic positions that we want you to have, and the positions with your horse, the positions of your body, the positions of your tool. I hope this helps you.